Now we have another brand new sponsor to the Real Estate Radar. We have Liberty Title, and we have Rob Mackey. And welcome to the show, Rob.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, we don't a lot of times have the title guys involved, and that's kind of the mystery of our business, I think.
Well, it is for a lot of people, and I always say if we do our jobs correctly, you don't even know we're there.
That's right. Exactly. I think with agents, I mean, that's the same thing as a real estate agent. I know I've had you guys as a partner of mine off the show for quite a few years. And yeah, you're right. A good title company is one that you never hear anything from other than it's ready to close and everything's funded, right?
Exactly. And there are no problems after the closing.
Exactly. Well, good. So, Rob, tell us a little about your company now. Liberty Title, obviously, it's a very common name. We see you guys have a ton of locations.
Yep. Liberty Title is headquartered currently in Elk River. We've got 2 closing locations in Elk River. We've got our Maple Grove office, Blaine, Coon Rapids, Woodbury, St. Paul, and Eagan. So we cover the metro area pretty well. And in addition to that, we have mobile closers who will go to people's homes to close if that's necessary.
Oh, really?
Go to their place of business to close.
Okay.
So we try and accommodate our customers as best we can.
Absolutely. Well, they, I know a lot of times when our buyers that are out there right now, we're looking at like bank-owned properties and we're buying foreclosures. And on that purchase agreement, we see that part that hangs up, the people that are paying attention anyway, where they receive a limited deed. And explain that to the listeners of what that means and how do you protect them when they buy something like that?
That is a very common question and one that I probably field 2 or 3 times per day.
Really?
The limited warranty deed is used by the bank in order to limit their liability to the time in which they own the property.
Okay.
We will accept that limited warranty deed and insure it. And it's important for the purchaser, especially in a real estate owned property or a bank owned property, to purchase that title insurance. Because we're the guys who are looking out, making sure that the records are done correctly, that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and there's not going to be some blowback later from an old mortgage that wasn't satisfied, a mechanics lien that wasn't taken care of.
An ex-husband that did not initial the, yeah.
Exactly. So we go through and take care of that for the new buyer, and that's where the title insurance really comes in as a valuable asset.
Okay, and I mean, this will sound funny for a real estate agent to say this, but if I'm a for sale by owner and I actually find a buyer, well, how does the title company help us? I mean,
those are some of the most awkward phone calls because the person is unsure of where they want to go, and one of the things I will do is suggest that they seek an attorney.
Okay.
To get them through, if they haven't completed the negotiation yet, so they understand the forms, because the forms seem terribly simple, but they're not. They're very complex forms, and they're dealing with the largest asset they probably own.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you goof up the sale of that asset, or conversely the purchase of that asset because you're trying to save a few bucks, you're being penny wise and pound foolish.
Yeah, you're picking up pennies and dollars are blowing out of your pocket, right?
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
So what are you seeing nowadays with title companies or title in general with the real estate industry? Are there any trends out there that you're seeing or common mistakes or?
Over the last couple of years, with all of the bank-owned properties and the distressed properties, short sales, bank-owned, etc., the titles have gotten messier, extremely messy. And dealing with those can be a real challenge.
Okay.
I tell my people, bring your A game to work every day because you're going to need it where you're going.
Right.
It's not unusual to have a bankruptcy or a judgment or a divorce affect the real estate title. However, it is not uncommon for me now to see all of those on a single file.
Exactly.
And it's a situation where you really have to pay attention and make sure you're getting that documentation taken care of.
Sure.
Which means a lot of cooperation between the agents, the sellers, and the various parts of the title company in order to get to that successful closing.
Okay. So with you guys, I guess when I look at and now our next guest is going to be talking, Wendy with M&Z Law Firm, is going to talk a little bit about short sales. And how is a short sale different than a bank-owned property from a title's perspective? Is there anything different, or is it kind of the same deal?
The basics are very similar, except we have to pay a lot more attention to the actual seller on the short sale, because any interests that are adverse to the title, for instance, the judgment, the bankruptcy, the tax lien, those really need to be dealt with in a different manner when you're doing a short sale. And so it calls for real close coordination between whoever's negotiating the short sale, the title company, and again, all parties to the transaction.
Right. So are you part of the